It's easy for school districts to hire food service management companies and then turn a blind eye to what the kids are being fed and say, hey, we're going to let the food service management company handle it. That's their job. The school districts don't do that with math class, with science class, with English class. They do make sure that the teachers are trained and certified. They don't farm that part of the school days out to for-profit companies. Yet for some reason, they continue to do it with the school meal periods. If you're feeding a child during the school day while the child is in the school's care, teaching children how to feed themselves properly is part of their education. At Cook for America, we believe that the lunch teachers are the most important people in a school district. They are the ones who have the ability to save the children's lives. So while the teachers may teach kids how to be rocket scientists or brain surgeons, it's not really what we want in the end if those same children are going to grow up with shortened life expectancies because they suffer from diet-related illness. We spend our time teaching food service workers in school cafeterias how to cook real food from scratch.
We were about 95% processed 3 years ago. That was anything from chicken nuggets to hamburgers. A lot of our commodities were being diverted into processed items.
The food was out of a bag, and so you could see them opening a box and taking already pre-cut triangle slices of pizza and putting on a pan and just warming it up and serving it.
We were pretty much titled as box openers because that's all we were doing, was just opening up a box and sticking it on a tray and cooking it.
Unfortunately, in a lot of schools across the country, the staff that work in those schools have not been trained how to use the equipment that's already there. Once they understand how it works, they can get a lot more done with what they already have in place. The USDA, in its own website to school food service directors, encourages them to process commodity foods. It specifically says on that website that it's more convenient, that it's more affordable. So you're left with a population of school food service directors who think that that website is there to help them. And in fact, what it's doing is encouraging them to spend their money with the food processors unnecessarily.
In culinary math, sitting through the culinary math class and really learning, the hidden costs of processing commodities, and seeing as a director that money that we're saving from, going back to scratch cooking. We've switched our canned pinto beans to fresh pinto beans.
From a local farmer,
From a local farmer.
Olathe, Colorado, right there.
By serving the local fresh beans, we're saving about $4,000 a year just on the beans.
Fantastic. The money you are spending is going to
our own community.
And it's a healthier product because
Right.
you're controlling the sodium and fat you're adding.
And the taste is amazingly different.
And the taste is amazingly different.
There are a few things to remember about introducing children to new foods. One is that studies show over and over that it takes between 10 and 20 times for a child to see a new food to really appreciate it and really be willing to eat it. That's just the child's learning process. So that's the first thing that we need to remember, that we don't put something new on a menu and then take it off immediately if the children don't eat it the first time.
As for today, we're doing a barbecue pork sandwich.
Naturally, a child who experiences beautiful fresh produce from the time that they're able to eat solid foods, they're not going to get into that habit of, oh, this is yucky and all of those things that happens when kids are older. That's not to say that high school kids don't want and deserve healthy food as well. In some school districts where I've worked, it's actually been the high school students who have come to me and said, why are you here? And when I tell them who I am, they'll say, wow, we're so glad you're here. We really need better food. This is making us sick.
I feel like more students are enjoying what they're eating. They're starting to have better favorites. The chicken is huge. Instead of popcorn chicken or chicken nuggets, they're having actual baked chicken. And I can see more kids eating lunch, and I see less food being dumped in the trash can.
They're genuinely enthusiastic about it. And for good reason. Fresh food is beautiful. It has lots of colors, lots of shapes, lots of smells, and kids appreciate that. Children do not stop learning just because it's the lunch hour. The lunch teachers have an opportunity and have the responsibility to teach these children how wonderful real food is, how good it tastes, and how to feed themselves in a healthy manner.